All right, look, so I'm going to talk about the difference between fake news and statistical analysis. Okay, so don't be mad at me. Normally, I leave people's names out of stuff, like politicians and whatnot, because I don't want to give any politician any credit or any whatever. But this one actually has, that's like, this is actually part of the survey and whatnot. So that nearly half of Republican voters believe President Donald Trump actually won the popular vote. Okay. Just in case you're wondering, that's wrong. And it's wrong by a lot. It's not wrong by a little bit. That's wrong by a lot. As far as the popular vote went, Donald Trump lost by like 2.8 million votes. He's made a lot of stink about saying that there was a lot of voter fraud and stuff like that. And I get it. But you can't just say it. Here's the deal. Well, I mean, maybe you can just say stuff and it's true because obviously, President Trump is saying a lot of things and arguably, well, it's not even arguable. This is statistically demonstrable. It's like people counted these votes. This is not something that you should be arguing about. Now, if he wants to argue about voter fraud, it's like, well, ante up. Let's count the votes and figure it out and figure out that there's some voter fraud and whatnot. And I recall this one story that actually said that there was voter fraud or that there was one person who fraudulently voted and that person actually voted for Donald Trump. And so that was funny to me. Anyway, but let's leave that off to the side. But here's the idea. Is that when we talk about statistical analysis, it's like, look, you don't have the right. It's like, I know we're living in a day and age where we want to call some things fake news and all of that stuff. I completely get that. But you not wanting to believe something doesn't mean that it's not statistically demonstrable, right? And so then here was another one that happened. This one happened a while ago, but this was that like 80% of people who listen to a certain news station, Fox News, just in case you're wondering, that they believe that we found weapons of mass destruction in Iraq when we went over there and conquered them. There's no other word for us to say in that space except for the word conquer. And it's like, by the way, again, we didn't find weapons of mass destruction over there. That was not the deal. That's not what happened, okay? And so then what is it about our society then that allows people to not believe or can construe a whole different reality than what the facts and what data would actually tell us, right? And so we shouldn't be surprised about this because, I mean, we can talk about how people construct alternative realities in their minds and their belief systems and whatnot. I completely get that. But there has to be some point to where you have to believe the data, right? I mean, or not. Because that doesn't seem to be the case. And so what does this mean about sociology in regards to what's happening in our society? I don't know what's happening in our society. I just know that there's a lot of people and there's a lot of spaces out there where you can receive any information that you want and have it told to you any way that you want it to have to be told to you, right? And because there's this idea with birtherism, right, where there was a lot of people in the Republican Party who said that the President Barack Obama wasn't born in the United States and that his birth certificate was false. Now here's the deal. This is what cracks me up. Because if you think about it, like think about what kind of conspiracy, like the level of conspiracy that would have to happen in order for that to actually happen. What you're saying is that the FBI and the CIA would have to be involved in this, like our intelligence communities would have to, because, I mean, you're trying to tell me that they can't find out this information. I'm just saying. And so for that to continue to be a belief, not only a belief, but a core belief in regards to how people were operating and thinking about former President Barack Obama, I'm just saying that's something that's very real. And here's another one, like global warming. Here's the deal. Look, the data speaks for itself. Global warming is definitely happening. Now, there is certainly a place for us to question whether human beings are causing it. Well, I know there's no place for us to wonder about that. No, we're definitely part of the equation here. But the thing that I really think is the political football in all of this is to think whether we can do something about it or not. Right? I mean, think about that. Right? It's like, can we as human beings actually do something to stop and slow global warming? And not only that is, do we want to stop global warming? That's a whole, right? Those are like the political questions, I suppose, that are getting asked in this space. And so, look, I'm just saying, to me, good research and good social analysis is to not dismiss other people's realities, but to engage them and to talk about the finer points in it versus just saying, I'm just going to believe whatever I want to believe. Just saying, that might be a better way for us to be able to solve the world's problems. But hey, look, if you want to make any comments or questions, please feel free to let me know below. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and subscribe and share, and go to brucehoskins.com if you want to know more about what I am, or about who I am and what I do. Peace, y'all.